Hey everyone, welcome to NCC News. I'm Kevin Grun, and today we have two great films to review. Joining us first, we have Christian Tarzia. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Christian worked with Nick Bracchianello to make a video of a mentor and a mentee in the UPLIFT program. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, we wanted to kind of give the perspective on the process of like what it's like for being a mentor and a mentee, so people know like what they get into when they actually want to when they're considering going into this program. We wanted them to know like what the relationship's like, what it feels like working with them, and to be able to like understand and like feel that out through a video.
Yeah, definitely. This was also one of your first times doing a full interview and then now airing this project. How has that been, and were there any difficulties while conducting the interview?
Well, it was good, but there were some difficulties. With any interview, there's always going to be like some like issues with like talking. Like sometimes people might go too fast, they might go too slow. There might be a few ums thrown in there when they're not as smooth as you want it to be. But other than like that, we managed to actually get some really good lighting through a natural light with a window that made some amazing looking shots. But yeah, I mean, we ran through the standard issues that you get when it comes to filming an interview.
Yeah, that's great. So the audio and the lighting worked out well. I'm glad you got past all of those difficulties as well. What about this project was different from the other projects you've done in the past? I know you've been much more of a creative basis. So how was it, doing an interview for the first time?
Well, I'm a big fan of satire. I make a lot of jokes and I do a lot of comedic things with my work when I can. This one, completely serious. There's very little room for any kind of satire or any kind of jokes. So I had to take that approach with it and know that when I went into this project. So instead of being funny, I tried to optimize the appearance and the shots we had and do my best to optimize everything about the interview. So that way we had the best looking shots and the best sound as we could have, and to get some good filler shots for the B-roll.
Nice. Well, I'm so glad you got your video done. I'm sure it's going to be great. So now, without further ado, we will take a look at Christian and Nick's interview. Well, that was just a phenomenal video. Moving on, we have our next guest here with us, Frank. How are you today, Frank?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, Frank met with a mentor in the UPLIFT program. Who was the mentor that you met with?
His name was Christian Tovar.
Nice, nice. Did you have any challenges when filming, or any major expectations from Christian when you were making this interview?
No big problems. A couple things with scheduling in the makerspace, but we solved them and we went ahead with it.
Nice, nice. So it didn't seem like there were many challenges, but yeah, Christian Tovar seemed like a great mentor for you to interview. How do you feel like doing more projects like this in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I liked the project. I would have liked to have learned a little bit more about, how they do the mentoring and some of the students in it. So yeah, I'd definitely be interested in doing more videos like this.
Mm-hmm. And I know Christian was very focused on the makerspace as well. So can you talk a little bit about that and his influences in there?
Yeah, I had told Christian that I was interested in looking at a lab because I felt hardware labs were kind of interesting with all the equipment in there. So he suggested Makerspace, which happened to be another project of the foundation. So it worked out really well.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, there's definitely a lot of project that we were able to see throughout, editing your first cut to now your final cut of this project. What were some of the major changes that were made throughout, your editing process?
There was a really long take of some of the objects that were 3D printed, and it was out in the hall outside of the makerspace. Mm-hmm. So I removed that and put in smaller clips, and then I took my own voice out of the interview.
Nice, nice. Well, that's amazing. It was great to get your perspective on everything that you're working on. So without further ado, let's take a look at Frank's video.
Hi, my name is Christian Tovar and I am a Guided Pathways Advisor 1. Here at NCC, I am also a former student. I graduated in 2005 with my associates in engineering, and then I moved on to Central to get my bachelor's and my master's degree in mathematics. I am also a UPLIFT program advisor since 2020, and I've had the pleasure to work with many students. One of the most exciting things about NCC is our makerspace, which is located on West 124, and it is equipped with a 3D printer, a laser etching, and a CNC milling machine. I think the most valuable benefit I can provide is students in the program is my experience as a former NCC student. I can help the students navigate the transferring process as well as take advantage of all the resources NCC has to offer them. Last 2 years, I can see that the passion and energy of students for the program has increased over time. Each meeting I hear more stories of students successfully completing the program, but more importantly, students are staying connected to the program after graduation. Students are coming back to help each other, hence the name UPLIFT.
Wow, what a great video, Frank. It was really great to get the perspective from a mentor. Well, everyone, that's today's show. I hope you enjoyed both our videos. We'll see you next time at NCC News.